Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna have some fighting words. But before we go any further, I need for you to like this video and also please subscribe to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about some news that is happening or it's in the works. Let me say it like that. There's still paperwork involved and everything. However, I believe it's going to come to fruition. So we have Canelo Alvarez looking to take on Charlo. That's right. I believe it's Jamal, the big one. We're just going to go with Big Charlo, okay? Because even I get confused. So I'm just going to go with Big Charlo. So if this news is true, I'm truly excited, to be honest with you. I've been wanting this fight for a long time. And if there's anybody that I felt like, for a long time, mind you, that could challenge the supremacy of Canelo Alvarez, I thought it was Jamal Charlo. So to see this fight possibly happening, I couldn't be happier. Not just so much so like I want to see somebody dethroned or anything like that. I just want to see a true challenge. I want to see somebody who will adjust and adapt with Canelo. Normally when he fights people, they tend not to adapt or they tend not to be themselves. A perfect example of that would be Billy Joe Sanders, Caleb Plant. Most recent fights, they just weren't themselves that night. They didn't fight the way they typically fight. And if you've seen any of my videos, and you know I do the breakdowns, and there were certain things that I was expecting them to do to give Canelo certain challenges that unfortunately neither one of them did. And when you look at Charlo, he doesn't fight like his brother. He is more of a thinker, and he does adjust as the rounds go on. And he's also a lot more athletic. And I think for someone to truly give Canelo a challenge and possibly beat him, it would have to be somebody who's really athletic and also somebody who's smart enough to know that something's not working or that you've been doing it too much and now that he's on to you, you need to go on to something else. And I think Charlo does possess those characteristics, and I think he could give Canelo Alvarez a real run for his money. I mean, he's really big, especially for... He's big. I'll just say it like that. He's a lot bigger than Canelo. Like I said, he's extremely athletic, especially with his legs. He has like a spring and a bounce to him. So I think that could also be a good help for him. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun too much and start doing a fight breakdown with this, but like I just said, I'm pretty excited for this. I would love to see what Canelo would do against Jamal Charlo. I think that would be a true display of his skill, because quite frankly, he has fought a lot of flat-footed individuals in the past. And then when he did go up against some guys who had the mobility of a Billy Joe Sanders and a Caleb Plant, they didn't use their natural gifts and abilities. And I feel like Charlo would definitely use those natural gifts and abilities. And another thing that Charlo can do is he can fight backing up. So I think this is a great matchup. I do hope this fight happens. I think it would give Canelo Alvarez a real run for his money. And also, you know, listen, I'm a fan of Canelo. But if you stay in this game long enough, you are eventually going to run into somebody who will dethrone you. That's a fact. And, you know, history never lies. So this could very well be that match. Now, a little backdrop on these two, Canelo Alvarez and Charlo. So apparently in the past, this is not the first time that Canelo's team supposedly has tried to make this fight. They claim that they tried to make the fight in the past and Charlo said no, or I don't know, didn't answer the email or didn't pick up the phone, whatever the case may be. Maybe he changed his cell phone number, I don't know. But the fight never happened. So hopefully this time around, especially with, you know, most of us, the general public, knowing that this fight was trying to be made at some point in the past and it didn't happen, and it basically fell on Charlo for the reason why it didn't happen. Well, I would like to think that he'd want to save face and now he would accept the fight, because I'm pretty sure it'd be coming from Canelo Alvarez's side. It's not going to be coming from Charlo's side. So this could very well be a mega fight, and I'll tell you why. Charlo is extremely loved and adored in Texas. Canelo Alvarez is Mexican. You put that fight in Dallas or Houston or San Antonio or any place in Texas, that fight's going to be mega. That fight's going to be big. So what more can you ask for? And I think you have two people who can draw crowds. Charlo has shown that he can draw a crowd. Canelo, of course, he can draw a crowd. You put them both together in the state of Texas, that's gonna be bomb. That's just gonna be the bomb. Like, who doesn't want to see that? And who's not gonna come and support that? You're gonna have a big Mexican crowd. Charlo has a pretty big following and a whole lot of support, especially when it's in Texas. So I don't see any reason why he wouldn't want to make this fight, because this would be the most money he's ever made from a fight. And who knows? He could possibly walk out of there a unified champ. So again, why wouldn't he want this fight? We know why Canelo wants it. He wants it for legacy. We know why he wants it. He likes snatching O's. But for Charlo, there's glory as well, but there's gold with the glory. Canelo at this point is all about glory, and Charlo, gold. Okay, simple as that. We know why they're there, and also Charlo's gonna make a big fat check. Canelo, it doesn't really matter. Whoever he fights is gonna make a big fat check. So, and his side, it doesn't really matter on whom he. Canelo could fight this wall behind me and make a big fat check. People will come and see him fight the wall. So it really doesn't matter who he fights. But for Charlo, this is your time. Take it. Take that bull by the horn. You're from Texas. Take the bull by the horn. And if this fight is truly happening, if this fight is truly on the table, take it, accept it. I'm asking you to accept it as a fan. And I mean, I'm pretty sure his team, is a smart team. They've been making pretty sound moves up to this point. So not to mention, I know he's in, a good favor with Al Heyman, and that is a true businessman. So I hope to see this fight happen. I hope you guys are excited about this fight. And, let's just keep our fingers crossed for this one. Hopefully we can get this fight. And that's it for this video. Kind of a short video, but I want you to tell me what you think down below. How do you think this fight would go? And of course, if this fight goes, or should I say, if things continue on this trajectory and we actually get this fight and we actually get a date and we actually get a venue, well then yes, I will be more than happy to do a fight breakdown for this. I've been waiting for something like this. But those are my thoughts. Once again, drop your comments down below. And please like and please subscribe.